Perseverance, man. Powerful word. It's a word that came up today when we were filming a YouTube gym session out here in Costa Mesa. Live Alpha. Awesome gym. And I was filming it with a guy on my roster, a client and now friend, Zack Collie. Zack's story is a powerful one. He was paralyzed when he was 15 years old, diving into a wave out here playing in Newport as a freshman in high school, a wrestler, athlete, and he dove into a wave and broke his C4. Broke his C4. He broke his C4, but this dude's unbreakable, man. And his path talks about that perseverance. He's got it tattooed on his forearm. And we talked about it. I'm excited for that to come out. That's going to be a great gym session. Y'all going to pick something out of that. Some gems came out. And we're just going through some things he can do, workouts, things that work for him and his path of development when he's that state, that realization when he's laying in bed at 15 in that hospital bed and he can't feel his arms or legs, right? That realization when he's laying on the sand and he said he heard ambulance sirens and he realized that they were for him. He said that was a very powerful, surreal moment, right? When his buddy's dragging him out of the water and his arms fell down and he's like, they felt like they weren't attached to my body. And man, I really wanted to dig into his mindset about what that path has been, right? And Zack was the motivation behind the video Bitter or Better, because he said to me, he goes, dude, I had an option, I had a choice. I could get bitter or better. And I really like that because you really only have two options. There's no neutral, as we talk about. Where are we at now? Man, I'm at the OC Fair with Brittany and Little Aspen. They're posted up here off camera, sitting in the grass. And this word perseverance was bouncing around my head. I had to throw this camera down and really dive into it. Perseverance. It's the quality of continuing on a course of action, a purpose, a goal, regardless of obstacles or discouragement, regardless of the challenges. Very, very interesting point, because you can't persevere unless you have something to persevere through. It's not just about continuing on to a goal when shit's good. That's consistency. Consistency is something different than perseverance. It can be both, but perseverance is more specific. It's more specific to grit. It's more specific about powering through. Discouragement. Man, that's a state that can completely derail people. How many dreams have been lost because of discouragement? I should say, how many dreams have been lost or given away because of succumbing to discouragement, of letting discouragement derail us, being discouraged. When the failure hits too many times, when it seems unsurmountable, that you just give up. It's the opposite of perseverance. Giving up, quitting. Hi, baby, love you. It's giving up, quitting when shit gets hard, when shit gets grimy, when it gets uncomfortable. I can't imagine, and I said this to Zack, I can't imagine the fortitude and strength it would take to power through being paralyzed. Holy shit, my hat's off to him. I'll be quite honest, man. I don't know if I'd be strong enough. At least right now, I gave it myself. Who the fuck knows, man? That's incredible will. And he was 15 years old. He talked about the insecurity, going back to school. Talked about how important it was to him to walk. He had his caretakers come and push him across and walk across stage so he could walk. And now he's got a master's degree in counseling. And he counsels others. And he's married and has a baby. How incredible is that? Perseverance. To continue on through the fire when you're not sure how it's going to work out, when it even looks like it's not going to work out. To persevere, right? We talked about the suffering. The suffering. There's no evolution without the suffering. There's no evolution without external frictions. We all get soft when shit gets comfortable. There's no growth in comfort. Improvise, adapt, overcome. It's a military term. We say it often in special operations, everywhere in the military, right? Or business. But it's improvise, adapt, and overcome. And that's something that one of Zack's mentors had said through this process, and it stuck with him. Bro, we got to take what we got and do what we can with it. Do what you can, where you are with what you got. And if you got to make it work for you, make it work for you. He didn't have feeling in his arms, right? He started, and he said there was a realization. He thought, oh man, I'll get better at some point. I'll be walking again. He goes, man, I was so wrong, right? And during that process in the beginning, he started kind of getting some feeling back and started moving his arms. And, he still had issues with from being an athlete to not being able to move his fingers, right? Not be able to use those fine motor skills, how challenging that was. And every day, even on those low days, especially on those low days, be like, I'm just gonna get up and aim to get a little better, aim to get a little stronger, aim to power through, I'm just gonna persevere. I don't know how it's gonna work out. I love that, man. It was a strong, very heartfelt conversation. I got the chills a bunch of times when he was talking to me, that God, that God path, man, showing him, hey man, this story's not yours. You got to share this thing. Because somebody watched TCAV TV, maybe they don't resonate with me, or they watch me just because they're like, oh, this fucking guy, man, but they won't reach out. But maybe his story resonates with somebody and touches their heart in a different way, as it should. Touched me, man. Definitely touched me, man. I almost teared up when he first told me the story just because of the strength he must have taken, because I remember how fragile we are. Man, think of ourselves at 15 years old, man. Already insecure, already questioning, thinking we're indestructible and the world's at our, we got the world by the tail, no, whatever. And then being paralyzed. It's about as powerful a story as one could have. And then to be living here, successful, living in Southern California, in the gym with me, doing what he can. We're strapping his arms to the bar, having him pull stuff, do some different movements, feeling that stretch, man, doing what we can. And doing what we can every day, just a little bit. Those aggregate drops in the bucket, resistance bands, macros, right? Changing his diet. All these little areas we could tweak. Doesn't matter what you're going through, we can all trim away some bad habits, trim away some things that aren't getting us to our goals, wasted time, inefficiencies, lack of being present. Man, it doesn't matter if you're in a chair, can walk, whatever, but I love Zack's story because it gives nobody excuse, myself included. Man, there's people doing nothing and they got everything. And there's people, man, who are making it work in much more challenging situations, man. Fucking love it. Stand by for that YouTube, that's gonna be good. We're in here, we're gonna go enjoy the day at a little OC fair, show a little Aspen, a little goats and pigs and whatever, man. Powerful day, strong message, perseverance. Be smart. Out here.